Have you ever experienced any racism in Korea?
They happen to know that I'm from Africa, exactly West Africa. They say there is no job, even though there was a job.
I take my bag and I want to go. He come to me. He want fighting with me.
In Korean culture, I realize it's, I have to say, being white is so important.
Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jin. Today I met some foreigners on the street and asked them if they have faced any racism in Korea. Then let's check it out. What do you do in Korea?
First of all, when I come to Korea, I come as a student. Now I'm working in Korea now.
I am learning Korean in Hanyang University.
I come here because in my country has a war, and I work in Kimbo city.
I came here 10 days ago, but I have been in Korea before, between 2017 and 2021.
When you're staying in Korea, what did you do?
I was working restaurant in Itaewon, Turkish restaurant.
Oh, okay. So today's topic is racism. So before we start, I want to ask you a few questions. First of all, what brought you to Korea for the first time?
In Korea, no resist.
No racism.
Yeah, I can work without speak of Korean.
Oh,
Yeah, in factory. I can work without the university agree. Yes, this is very easy for us.
First of all, I have always loved Asia. I don't have a preference about only Korea because before Korea, I've been to China. Before China, I was in Thailand and Malaysia. So I have always loved Asia.
Me and my friend, we were working together in Turkey, we know each other a long time, and after we quit our job and then we decided to travel. In the Kuwait airport, we were just sitting and talking, me and my friend, my best friend, and one Korean guy came to us and speak Turkish, and then was so surprised for us. And then we became friends. And that time he went Japan and then came back Korea. He just called us and why you are not coming Korea? Because before we never think about going Korea. And then he invited us here. We came and country was so good. We like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question is, what is it like being a foreigner in Korea?
Being foreigner in Korea is like being foreigner in Asia in general. Korea has a lot of foreigner, but I will say they have few African community in Korea.
True.
So that's due to the distance between Korea and Africa. So it's not easy to get into Korea. That's one reason. And another reason, Korea is, I will say, is just learning how African is. Usually Asian, they have a general opinion about the country. Yeah, when you do one thing, they believe all your people are like that. So it's not only Korea, most Asian, they have this mentality.
It sounds not easy to live as a African.
I wouldn't say it's not easy, but for the person who came directly from Africa to Korea, at the beginning I will say not easy. But for me, since I've been to many Asian countries, I already know their mentality. So I know how to deal with them. It's not only Korea, even Korean living in Africa. So of course people will be surprised seeing Korean because they never seen them. And also maybe they will have that kind of judgmental opinion about them, we don't know. Because in my country, usually we have European people, not many Asian.
It was not easy. Here was okay because first place in the South Korea, Itaewon, we came here. And then we saw there's too many foreigners and we feel so comfortable because Itaewon is multicultural place.
Yeah, sure.
But out of Seoul was, how to say, we were feeling foreigner. Once I went Pohang, that time I feel like I am foreigner because all people, they were looking at me.
This time is very difficult for us because communicate and speaking. But now I am good. If you think is good, yes.
Okay.
Because I speak Korean, I've never had big difficulties in language. Other than that, finding food is a bit difficult for me because I only eat halal meat. I'm fine with that too because this is another country. I just eat whatever I can find. Yeah.
And the next question is, have you ever experienced any racism in Korea?
Yeah, I do. That's happened during 2017 when Ebola was there.
Ebola.
Ebola times. That time I went to work for a company. As soon as they happened to know that I'm from Africa, exactly West Africa, they say there is no job. Even though there was a job. That happened to me, and that day I was very sad because Ebola started when I was in Korea. So
that's what I'm saying.
they didn't ask me any question, how long you been to Korea, this and that. They just believe because I'm from Africa, and so.
I'm not sure it's racism or not, but it makes me feel uncomfortable in subway. Like there was empty seats, but near me, but they were not sitting there. They were standing, and that was strange to me.
Was it in a COVID era?
No, before COVID era.
Before COVID.
Like was 2017.
Before 2 years, I work with an old man from Korea. I think he's thinking not good about Muslim. He said for me a lot, Pali. I tell him I will stop work and go. I didn't work with you. I take my bag and I want to go. He come to me. He want fighting with me. I take my phone and take video for him, and he stop.
Other than that, do you have any other experience or some of your friends experienced those racism?
Yeah, some of my friends, they had, like one of my friend, I know he was black guy, African French. He had some bad experience in nightclubs. Korean guys are calling that N-word to him, but for them it's like, I don't know, maybe Korean doesn't know that it's that serious word, but the African people, that word is so serious. He got that kind of experience, especially in the clubs and the bars, and he said actually rich people, like not the ordinary people. Like
I don't think they didn't know how serious the word is. Like they're just rude and inconsiderate people.
And in Korean culture, I realize it's, how to say, being white is so important. Like a white skin. Maybe because of that, I saw that people are caring too much being white. Like they don't want to get suntan, even in the sea. And then I realized it's important in Korean society being white.
To my opinion, I wouldn't say they are very racist. Because I've been to China, I have seen China more than something bigger than what's happening in Korea. Nowadays, Korea is getting good because previous it was very hard to have a Korean girlfriend or Korean and African and this. But now I can see there are a lot of marriages now. And mixed child everywhere now. But old people, they still have this kind of mentality of racial problem. But about the young people, it's okay.
Before I came to Korea, I was very kind of concerned about like racism because I saw so many videos on YouTube and TikTok that they would discriminate me or treat me different person or something like that. But in these 7 months, I've never had any bad experience so far. But I want to talk about like positive things I experienced. For example, just now I was eating at some restaurant and I ordered some vegetarian curry. Chef told me it has meat inside. So they told me if I don't eat meat, they can take it off. And this happened actually many times before. They know that I don't eat meat and like they act according to that. So I had this kind of experiences which made me so happy. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say to people who want to come to Korea and like worried about like racism?
You know, life is adventure. So you don't know what will happen unless you go there. I will tell them to do not get scary, to take a risk. No risk, no biscuit. Go there, have a good behavior. Because you know, what I believe in life, everything is about you, not about the other people. Let other people to come to you. They will come if they know you are good. Some relationship as friendship, I will not directly go to people to be their friend. I have to know them, learn them. If we can cope together, then we become friends. If we cannot cope together, then he will go his way, I will go my way. That's how life is. Just come and experience how is it. If you like it, stay. If you don't like, then you can go.
Yeah, true.
That's how life is.
So thank you for your interview today, and I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you for interviewing with me today.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.